clones of us. Is that
Um,
true? Do you know anything about that, or is that irrelevant?
well, they're not exactly clones, but they do have our DNA in them, and they do need our DNA. They've reached a point in their evolution, obviously, where they've kind of, turned to higher levels of consciousness, but physically,
They're
their
dying.
bodies have kind of deteriorated, and they need us to even, keep their species going.
How did their How did they get that way, or how did their bodies decay?
It's just,
Just
like
from lack of.
imagine us as a species going on our current trajectory and being stuck behind computers all day, flying through space.
Focusing on the intellectual or mind side of
Exactly,
things,
yeah,
ignoring
developing
their-
our telepathic powers, developing our brains.
So gyms are good.
Gyms are definitely good. But unfortunately, we're kind of stuck in a situation as a society where we're never going to go back to the way things were, and we're just going to continue to use computers more. We're just going to continue to, use our bodies less and have to use our minds more. And, how that plays out over the course of thousands of years, I mean, I could see us
Yeah, I
turning
remember.
out very much like the Greys.
Yeah, I remember when I was 12, I did these drawings where it was like a caveman on one side, a person, and then like a gray, and it was basically
Yeah.
like the hairier to the balder, the bigger eyes and head, and dumb to intelligent.
So basically, the elites know all this, and the elites have communication with these different species of extraterrestrials. And one way that you can see this esoteric knowledge being passed down throughout the millennia is you can really see that the elites aren't even really trying to hide this.
Yeah, wasn't it on like a Canadian CNN, or maybe not CNN, but there was like a Canadian station where someone involved in like the special forces or whatnot came out and just was confessing, like telling people like, yeah, there's this many types of aliens that we've been in contact with, like all these sightings. This is all real, and it becomes so like saturated in the media or movies and like aliens being a joke that most people don't even, with the internet, don't even pay attention to it because it's just like, oh, whatever, it's probably not real.
Well, yeah, I mean, but look at even like you take things like planetary alignments.
Yeah.
You have these dates that are say ones that are significant to current events. The day,
Like with 9/11, was that a specific time frame or something, which something was orchestrated?
well, what we're looking at here are the alignments of the planets Jupiter and Saturn. I don't know if you know anything about Roman religions. Jupiter is obviously king of the god. He was like their Zeus. Then you have Saturn, and in this case, Saturn would kind of represent more of the kind of opposite energy. So when you look at things, say like the date Obama was born, or the date that he was inaugurated president, or the day that Pope Francis became the Pope, what you notice when you really look at the alignments of the planets is they start to make patterns
Yeah.
of sacred geometry. And obviously this isn't by accident, and there's a really big, heavy symbolism involved with the alignments of Jupiter and Saturn, that you can really see that there's this dance going on. And one is Obama, and one would be the Pope, or the anti-Pope, Francis, if you prefer to call him that. And so what we've really seen is that the aliens are mad. And
Wait, the aliens are mad, and that has to do with the planets aligning. So these people that they're being born on these certain dates, or when these things happen, it's is it more of like their destiny, or is it more like people are picking them to attain these positions?
I think they've all been groomed, and I think a lot of it's been determined already. Obviously, karma plays a role in it. But the people who run this planet, they love planetary alignments, and it's not an accident that the people who end up being in power are in power at the times that they're put into power, and it's all been kind of pre-planned. And some people wonder, what role does this have with America, obviously, but what about with China and Russia? Is it like do these countries work together with America? Are we really like all
Against
enemies?
each other, or is it all?
Yeah, or is like
an
behind the
act?
scenes? Are we like cutting deals? Why? How does this technology that we see? Where does a lot of it come from? Like, where does stealth come from? Where do fiber optics come from?